So the last thing we're going to look at is converting. So we're converting money in this number topic. So it might be that we have a New Zealand dollar. In Australia, they have an Australian dollar, and our dollar is not worth the same amount as their dollar. So when we go over there, we change our money into Australian dollars. Now, we don't get as many Australian dollars as we get for our dollars because their money is what's called stronger, so their money is worth less. Our money is worth less, sorry. So my $1 here, according to the rates that I'm doing this on, is worth 94 cents in Australia. So 1 New Zealand dollar is worth 94 cents in Australian dollars. All right? So I need to figure out how much I need for something or what my money that I'm going to take over there. I've been given $200 and I want to know how much that is in Australia. I need a way of converting between the two because I might have $200 that a friend in Australia wants to send me. I need to be able to work that out as well. So what we do, I found, is to set up a table, just a very ordinary cross, and we put our rate at the top. So this is New Zealand, this is Australian, and $1 here is worth 94 cents in Australia. So I've got $200. All right? So the way we do this is we divide upwards and then multiply across. So I'm going to divide 200 by $1. Obviously, that's 200. And then I'm going to do 200 times 0.94. So I've got 188 New Zealand dollars. Australian dollars that I'm getting for my 200 New Zealand dollars. Or the other case scenario with the same exchange rate is maybe my Auntie Sally is sending me 200 Australian dollars and it needs to be exchanged into New Zealand dollars. So I divide this one and I multiply this one. In this case, I've got $1 equaling, but it could have been $2 equaling. So we still have to follow the same plan. So 200 divided by 0.94, and I know that multiplying by 1 doesn't change. So I'm going to get $212.77. 212.77. And because she's going to send it through the internet, I am actually going to get my 77 cents. I'm not going to round it up or round it down senses to 2 decimal places. So you can see that that sort of table works. Some countries have really terrible exchange rates. So at the moment, today, $1 in New Zealand is worth, let me get it right, 7,545.85, not dollars, because they don't have dollars in Uzbekistan. So Uzbekistan, they have what's called a som. So that's my exchange rate. So I'm going on this wild holiday over to Uzbekistan and I'm taking my $200. So in this case, my table would look the same. Doesn't matter what the numbers are in it. $1 equals $7,545.86 som. Right, I'm taking my $200 and I'm going to divide and multiply. So divide by 1 gives you 200. So 200 times 7,545.86 equals, I've got 1,509,192.72. 1,500,000, not some, right, 1,509,172 som. Now that might seem like a really good deal, but I imagine that things like a cup of coffee here costs $5. Over there, a cup of coffee is going to cost something like 25,000 som. All right, so it's usually relatively reasonable. One of the worst rates, of course, was back when Zimbabwe had their dollars, and a Zimbabwe, 1 New Zealand dollar was worth something like 45 million Zimbabwe dollars. So it was a really strange exchange rate. But if you just remember to fill in what you've got, you want to get to the other side, you divide up and multiply by that exchange rate. You should be fine.